Crouse.
Source Code, the second film from Moon director Duncan Jones, is a tough one to describe. Imagine Groundhog Day with a terrorist subplot, a romantic angle, and an explosion every 8 minutes or so, and you start to get the idea. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Captain Coulter Stevens, a helicopter pilot who wakes up on a Chicago commuter train in the body of a suburban high school teacher. Baffled, he makes small talk with a stranger across from him until the train is blown to bits by a terrorist bomb. Turns out that he's part of a high-level government project called Source Code that allows him to inhabit the last 8 minutes of a person's life. Posing as this teacher, he has a finite amount of time to discover and dismantle the bomb and help avert a much larger subsequent attack. Heroics aside, Coulter begins to wonder what would happen if he went back into the source code permanently. Now, Source Code is sci-fi in the same mode as Inception and the Adjustment Bureau, stories that have metaphysical premises but are firmly rooted in the physical. In each case, a wild plot is brought back to Earth by strong characters that put a human face on the script's fanciful ideas. Source Code is moderately less successful than Inception and the Adjustment Bureau, mostly because it doesn't have the mind-boggling depth of the former or the human touch of the latter. It exists somewhere in between, but gains points for me for not being based on a video game or a comic book. Jones skillfully takes a premise that could easily have become tired very quickly, the replay of the same 8 minutes over and over and over again, and adds in enough variation, enough detail to keep the viewer on board as Coulter revisits the scene of the crime and slowly pieces the terrorist plot together. Less successful is the romance angle. It's sweet and ends on a hopeful note, but isn't as compelling as the love story in the Adjustment Bureau. Despite that, Source Code remains an interesting and novel piece of sci-fi.
Crouse.